At the edge of a quiet little town, there was an old animal shelter. The building looked tired and worn, with faded walls and rusty gates. Inside, the sounds of barking and whining filled the air. Some dogs jumped with excitement when visitors walked by, while others hid in the corners. Among them all, one dog had a quiet, sad presence. His name was Max. He was a German shepherd, once strong and full of life. Now, his fur was dull, and his body looked thin and weak. Max had been at the shelter for months. He had been brought in by someone who said they could not take care of him anymore. The sickness he carried made him tired most of the time. His legs would shake when he tried to stand, and his tail rarely moved. Every day, visitors came to the shelter looking for a dog. Many wanted small, energetic puppies that would run and play. Others wanted dogs that were healthy and strong. Max was none of those things. Most people passed his cage without even stopping to look. Sometimes, a child would peer inside and then step away. Unsure of why this old dog did not wag his tail or jump with joy, the shelter workers tried their best to care for him. Maria, a kind woman who had worked at the shelter for years, spent extra time with Max. She gave him soft blankets, gentle pats, and the best food she could find. She always spoke to him in a soft, calm voice. "You are a good boy, Max. Someone will see your heart one day." Sometimes she whispered this when no one else was around, hoping her words might reach him. Days passed slowly. Max spent most of his time lying down, watching the other dogs leave one by one. Each time a cage emptied, he felt a mix of hope and fear. Maybe someone would notice him next. But usually, the hope faded quickly when no one came. One rainy afternoon, the shelter had a lot of visitors. Families walked along the rows of cages, smiling at dogs and asking questions. Children laughed and pointed at puppies jumping in excitement. Max did not move. The rain outside made the shelter darker and quieter, but inside, the sounds of excited voices made him almost forget his tiredness. Among the visitors was a small girl named Lily. She was 8 years old, with short brown hair that framed her round face. She held her mother's hand as she skipped from cage to cage. Her eyes were full of curiosity, and she smiled at every dog she saw. Lily's mother had promised that they could adopt a dog after moving into their new home. Lily laughed as a playful puppy ran in circles. She clapped when another dog barked happily. She waved to a small brown terrier and gave a gentle pat to a golden retriever. Then, at the very end of the row, she stopped. There, in a quiet corner, was Max. He lay on his blanket, looking calm and tired. He did not bark. He did not jump. He barely moved. But something in his eyes stopped Lily. She felt a strange pull toward him, a feeling she had never felt before. "Mom," Lily said softly, "why is this dog so sad?" Her mother looked at Max and shook her head. "He is old and sick. Maybe he is not the right one for us," she said gently. Lily did not take her eyes off Max. Slowly, she knelt down in front of the cage. She pressed her small hand against the cold bars. Max lifted his head slightly. His nose twitched as he sniffed the air. Then, very slowly, he pushed his nose toward her hand. Maria noticed Lily and smiled softly. "This is Max," she said quietly. "He has been here for a long time. He's not young or strong, but he has a good heart." Lily looked at Max with wide eyes. She reached closer and whispered, "Hello, Max. I like you." To everyone's surprise, Max leaned toward her hand. He rested his head gently against her palm. His tail gave a tiny wag, barely noticeable, but full of meaning. Lily's heart swelled with happiness. She had never felt so connected to an animal before. Her mother knelt beside her. "Sweetheart, he is very sick. It might be hard to take care of him," she said gently. Lily looked up at her mother with big, sincere eyes. "But if we don't take care of him, who will?" Her words were simple, but they touched everyone who heard them. Maria nodded quietly. "He likes you very much. He trusts you," she said softly. Lily stayed with Max for a long time. She stroked his head, rubbed his ears, and whispered kind words. Max closed his eyes, leaning into her touch. For the first time in months, he felt warmth and care. He felt hope. The visitors around them noticed the scene. Some stopped to watch. Some quietly smiled. Children tugged on their parents' hands, asking if they could have a dog as kind as Max. Even the staff felt a little magic in the moment. As the rain continued outside, Lily promised Max that she would return. "I will be back for you, Max," she whispered. He let out a soft sigh, as if understanding her words. After the visitors left, Maria stayed with Max a little longer. She cleaned his cage, gave him fresh water, and put him on his soft blanket. But tonight, Max did not feel lonely. He remembered the small hand that had touched his heart, the gentle voice that had called him good, and the promise of someone who would care for him. He closed his eyes and slept, dreaming of the little girl who had made him feel seen again. For the first time in months, Max felt a spark of hope. The next morning, Lily could not stop thinking about Max. She had dreamed of him all night. She remembered how soft his fur had felt under her hand, and how his tired eyes had seemed to trust her. She wanted to help him, and she knew her mother had noticed the connection too. When they arrived at the shelter, Lily ran straight to Max's cage. He was lying on his blanket, eyes half closed. As soon as he saw her, he lifted his head slightly, his tail giving a slow wag. Lily smiled and knelt beside him. "Good morning, Max," she whispered. "I brought you some treats." Maria had prepared some soft food for Max, and Lily fed him gently. Max ate slowly at first, sniffing the food and looking at Lily with cautious eyes. But as the minutes passed, he began to eat more eagerly. Lily laughed softly. "See, Max? You just needed a friend to care for you." Lily's mother watched them from nearby. She could see the change in Max already. Even though he was sick and weak, he seemed calmer and happier with Lily around. "You really love him, don't you?" her mother said. Lily nodded. "Yes, I know he needs me, and I will help him get better." The shelter staff agreed to let Lily visit Max every day after school. Maria gave her instructions on how to feed him, clean his blanket, and give him gentle attention. "He cannot run or play like the other dogs," Maria explained, "but he will respond to care and kindness." Over the next few days, Lily visited Max after school every day. She brought soft blankets, prepared his meals carefully, and talked to him in her gentle voice. She even read stories to him, and Max would lie with his head on her lap, listening quietly. Lily's classmates thought she was brave for spending so much time with a sick dog, but she didn't care. She knew Max needed her. Slowly, Max began to change. His eyes grew brighter, and he stood a little more steadily on his legs. His coat, though still thin, looked smoother after Lily brushed him gently each day. His tail wagged more often, especially when he saw her coming. Max was still sick, but he was no longer lonely. One afternoon, as Lily brushed Max's fur, he let out a small bark. It was soft, but it filled her heart with joy. "You're trying to talk, Max," she said, laughing softly. "I hear you. I understand you." Maria watched the scene and smiled. "You have given him hope," she said. "Hope can do wonders for an animal, just like it does for humans." Lily nodded. She understood that words alone could not heal Max. It was her love, care, and patience that made the difference. She promised herself that she would never give up on him. One rainy evening, Lily's mother came to the shelter with good news. "We have spoken with the shelter manager," she said. "If you are ready, we can take Max home. He will need medicine and care, but he can have a loving home with us." Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Yes, Mom. I am ready." Max will finally have a home. The next day, they prepared Max's new home. They set up a soft bed in the living room where he could rest comfortably. Bowls for food and water were placed nearby, and a small blanket covered the bed. Lily even decorated the area with toys she thought Max might enjoy. When Max arrived at his new home, he looked around curiously. The space was warm and bright, unlike the shelter. He sniffed every corner, taking in the new smells. Lily knelt beside him. "Welcome home, Max," she said. "This is your place now." Max circled the bed and then lay down. He rested his head on the blanket and looked at Lily. She smiled and stroked his ears. For the first time in his life, Max felt safe. The days passed and Max adjusted to his new home. He could not run or jump like other dogs, but he enjoyed gentle walks in the garden with Lily. She carried a small basket with his medicine and food. Each day, Max became a little stronger. His eyes sparkled with life, and his tail wagged with more energy. Lily's friends came to visit and were amazed at the change. "He looks so happy now," one of them said. "It is amazing how much love can help an animal heal." Lily nodded proudly. "I knew he needed someone to care for him. I just wanted to help," she said. Even her mother noticed the change. "You have a kind heart, Lily," she said. "Max is lucky to have you, and we are lucky to have him in our family." Max's favorite time of the day was when Lily came home from school. He would wag his tail and nuzzle her gently, asking for attention. She would brush his fur, feed him, and sometimes read aloud from her favorite books. Max would lie on the floor with his head in her lap, listening quietly. One afternoon, as Lily sat beside him in the garden, Max slowly lifted his head and looked at her. His eyes seemed to say, "Thank you for not giving up on me." Lily smiled, tears forming in her eyes. "I will always be here for you, Max," she whispered. As weeks turned into months, Max continued to regain strength. He could stand without support and walk short distances in the garden. He still needed medicine and gentle care, but he was no longer the weak, sad dog from the shelter. Max had found a new life, full of love and comfort. Lily learned many things while caring for Max. She learned patience as she helped him regain strength. She learned responsibility as she remembered to give him medicine and feed him on time. Most importantly, she learned the power of love. Her love had brought hope to a lonely dog, and in return, Max gave her joy and companionship. One sunny morning, Lily and Max sat together on the porch. Birds chirped in the trees, and the breeze was warm and gentle. Max rested his head on Lily's lap, and she stroked his fur. "We are a team, Max," she said. "We will always look after each other." Max looked up at her, eyes full of trust and happiness. He wagged his tail slowly and gently, as if agreeing with her words. In that moment, Lily realized something wonderful. It was not just Max who had changed. She had changed too. Her heart had grown bigger, filled with love, care, and understanding. Maria, who sometimes came to check on Max, noticed the bond between Lily and him. She said, "You have given him a new life, Lily. That is the greatest gift anyone can give." Lily smiled, feeling proud but also humble. She knew the journey was not over. Max still needed care, and she would continue to give it. But she also knew that with love, patience, and hope, they could face anything together. That night, as Max slept comfortably on his bed, Lily whispered, "Good night, Max. Tomorrow will be another good day." Max let out a soft sigh, curling up in the warm blanket. He felt safe, loved, and happy. For the first time in a long time, he knew that he belonged. Weeks passed and Max grew stronger every day. He was no longer the weak and sick dog that had spent months in the shelter. His eyes shone with life, and his tail wagged happily whenever Lily entered the room. He still needed care and gentle walks, but his spirit had returned. Lily made it her mission to keep Max healthy and happy. She helped her mother prepare his meals, giving him nutritious food that made him stronger. She brushed his fur every morning, softly untangling knots and smoothing the rough patches. Max leaned into her touch, enjoying every gentle stroke. One sunny morning, Lily carried Max outside for their daily walk. The garden was bright with flowers and fresh green grass. Max sniffed the ground eagerly, exploring every corner. His legs were strong enough now to move steadily without support, and his steps were full of confidence. Lily laughed as Max chased a butterfly for the first time. He could not jump very high, but his playful spirit was back. "Look at you, Max," Lily said, smiling. "You are so brave and strong now." Max barked softly, almost as if he understood her words. His tail wagged rapidly, showing his happiness. Lily realized that even though Max had been sick and lonely, he had never lost hope. He had waited patiently for someone to care for him, and now he had found a family who loved him. Lily's mother watched them from the porch. She could see how much Max had changed since the day he came to their home. "You did a wonderful job, Lily," she said. "You gave him more than care. You gave him love, and that made all the difference." Lily smiled, feeling proud but humble. "I just wanted him to feel happy again," she said softly. As the weeks turned into months, Max began to enjoy other activities. He loved short walks around the neighborhood, always close to Lily's side. Sometimes, children from nearby houses would stop to greet him, amazed at how gentle and friendly he was. Max wagged his tail and let them pet him, showing that his heart was full of kindness. Lily also began to teach Max some simple tricks. She would hold a small treat and say, "Sit, Max," or "Shake, Max." At first, he was slow to respond because of his sickness and weakness. But with patience and encouragement, Max learned quickly. Every time he succeeded, Lily cheered and hugged him. Max's eyes sparkled, happy to please her. One afternoon, as Lily sat in the garden reading a story aloud, Max lay beside her, resting his head on her lap. Birds chirped in the trees, and the sunlight warmed their skin. Lily turned the page and smiled at Max. "You know, Max, you are amazing," she said. "You are brave and strong, and you have a heart full of love." Max lifted his head slightly, looking at her as if he understood every word. His tail wagged slowly, showing his agreement. In that moment, Lily felt a deep connection with him, stronger than ever. Her mother came outside with a tray of water and snacks. She smiled at the sight of Lily and Max together. "You two have become best friends," she said. "Max trusts you completely, and you care for him so much." "That is a beautiful thing to see," Lily nodded. "I think Max taught me a lot too," she said. "He taught me patience, kindness, and how important it is to never give up on someone who needs you." The news of Max's transformation spread through the neighborhood. People who had once visited the shelter began to come to their house to see him. They were amazed at how healthy, happy, and friendly he had become. Max greeted every visitor gently, showing no fear or sadness. Lily proudly told everyone his story, explaining how she had helped him recover with love and care. One day, Maria from the shelter came to visit. She knelt beside Max and patted his head. "I cannot believe how strong you have become, Max," she said. "You were once so weak and lonely, but now you shine with life. And Lily, you are incredible. You saved him." Lily blushed. "I just wanted him to be happy," she said. Maria smiled. "Sometimes wanting to help is all it takes to change a life," she said softly. Max's favorite times were still with Lily. Every morning, he would wait by her bedroom door, excited for their garden walks and gentle play. Sometimes they would sit quietly together, just enjoying each other's company. Max loved to rest his head on her lap while she read or hummed softly. He no longer felt lonely or scared. He had found his place in the world, And it was beside the little girl who had never given up on him. Lily also noticed small changes in herself. She had learned to care for someone who depended on her completely. She had learned to be responsible, patient, and compassionate. Max had given her lessons about love that she would never forget. Every time she looked at him, she felt proud of the bond they shared. One sunny afternoon, Lily's friends came to visit. They were amazed to see Max so healthy and happy. "He looks so different," one of them said. "He is full of life now." Lily smiled. "Yes, he is. He just needed someone to care about him. I think he always wanted to trust someone again." Her friends nodded, inspired by the story. They petted Max gently, and he wagged his tail at each of them. Max had become not only a healthy dog, but also a source of joy for everyone around him. As the weeks passed, Max grew stronger. He could walk longer distances, enjoy gentle games in the garden, and even sit patiently when Lily trained him. Though he was still not a puppy, his spirit was youthful and bright. His eyes sparkled with life, and his tail never stopped wagging when he was with Lily. One evening, as the sun set and the sky glowed with orange and pink colors, Lily sat beside Max in the garden. "You know, Max," she said softly, "you are my best friend. I will always take care of you, and I promise we will have many happy days together." Max rested his head on her lap, closing his eyes. He had waited a long time for someone to care for him, and now he had found not only a home but a friend who loved him unconditionally. That night, Lily tucked Max into his warm bed. She whispered, "Good night, Max. Tomorrow will be another happy day." Max let out a small sigh, feeling safe and loved. He curled up in his blanket, dreaming of gentle walks, sunny gardens, and the little girl who had touched his heart and given him a second chance at life. In the weeks that followed, Max continued to improve. He became more playful, enjoying short games with Lily. He would follow her around the house, always close by, and greet visitors with a friendly bark. Lily was proud of him, but she knew that the most important thing was the love they shared. Through caring for Max, Lily learned that patience, kindness, and love could change the world for someone in need. Max had been lonely, sick, and almost forgotten. But with her gentle care, he had found strength, happiness, and trust again. And every day, Max reminded Lily that even those who feel forgotten can find hope, love, and a place where they belong. Life at home had settled into a happy routine for Max and Lily. Each day was filled with gentle walks in the garden, soft meals, and hours of companionship. Max had grown stronger and more confident, but his health was still delicate. Lily knew that even though he had improved, she had to continue caring for him carefully. One sunny morning, Lily woke up early and found Max waiting by her bedroom door. His tail wagged slowly, and his eyes shone with excitement. "Good morning, Max," she said as she knelt down to greet him. "Are you ready for our walk?" Max barked softly, as if answering yes. Lily quickly prepared a small basket with his food, water, and medicine. She attached his leash gently, making sure it was not too tight. Max sniffed the basket curiously, then wagged his tail, happy to know they were going outside. They walked slowly through the garden, enjoying the fresh morning air. The flowers were bright, and birds sang cheerfully in the trees. Max sniffed every corner, exploring with care. Lily smiled as he sniffed the flowers, wagging his tail when he discovered a patch of soft grass to lie on for a short rest. Suddenly, Max stopped and looked toward the gate. His ears perked up, and his body tensed slightly. Lily followed his gaze and saw a group of children playing near the fence. One of the children ran too close to Max and accidentally tripped, falling on the ground. Max barked loudly, stepping back in surprise. Lily quickly approached him and spoke in a calm voice. "It's okay, Max. They're not going to hurt you." Max's tail stopped wagging, and he looked at her with uncertainty. Lily knelt beside him, and gently patted his head. "You are safe. I am here," she said softly. The incident made Lily realize that Max was still learning to trust the world outside their home. Even though he had improved, he was still sensitive to sudden movements and loud noises. Lily decided that she would help him overcome these small fears. Step by step, with patience and love. Over the next few days, Lily worked carefully with Max. She encouraged him to walk past the fence slowly while she held his leash firmly but gently. She praised him when he stayed calm, offering soft words and small treats. Max was cautious at first, but he began to trust her guidance. One afternoon, as they walked in the garden, Max noticed a butterfly fluttering nearby. He lifted his head, sniffing the air, and then slowly stepped toward it. Lily clapped softly. "Good job, Max. See, the world is full of gentle surprises," she said. Max barked happily, tail wagging, as he watched the butterfly fly away. Lily realized that challenges, even small ones, could teach valuable lessons. Max had faced sickness and loneliness before, and now he was learning to face the world with confidence. She knew that every step he took, no matter how small, was an important victory. One evening, Lily's mother noticed Max looking tired after their walk. "He did very well today," she said, "but he needs rest. You must remember to take care of him gently." Lily nodded. "I will, Mom. I want him to get stronger every day." She helped Max inside and placed him on his soft bed. She gave him his medicine and prepared a small snack. Max ate slowly, then rested his head on the blanket. Lily sat beside him, stroking his fur gently. "You are brave, Max. I am proud of you," she whispered the next morning. Lily had an idea. She decided to create a small obstacle course in the garden to help Max exercise safely. She placed soft cushions and low hurdles, guiding him carefully as he walked through them. Max was hesitant at first, but with Lily's encouragement, he learned to step over the obstacles and move around confidently. Each successful step made Max more confident. Lily clapped and praised him, her voice full of joy. Max barked softly, enjoying the attention and love. The obstacle course became their special game, helping him strengthen his legs and build trust in his abilities. Through these small challenges, Max began to show more energy and happiness. He wagged his tail more often and followed Lily eagerly during walks. Lily noticed that his eyes sparkled brighter and his movements became smoother. It was clear that love and patience were helping him heal both physically and emotionally. One afternoon, while Lily and Max rested in the garden, Maria from the shelter came to visit. She knelt beside Max, smiling warmly. "He looks so strong and happy," Maria said. "You have done an amazing job, Lily. Your patience and love have helped him grow in ways that medicine alone could never do." Lily smiled and gently patted Max. "I just wanted him to feel safe and loved," she said. "He's my best friend, and I want him to be happy." Maria nodded. "Sometimes the smallest gestures of care can make the biggest difference," she said. "You have proven that love can heal even the deepest sadness." As weeks passed, Max continued to grow stronger. He could walk longer distances, navigate the obstacle course easily, and greet visitors calmly. His fur became smoother, and his eyes shone with warmth and trust. Every day, he showed Lily that he could overcome fear with patience and love. Lily also learned important lessons. She realized that challenges were a natural part of life, and facing them carefully could lead to growth and happiness. She understood that helping someone in need required patience, understanding, and consistent care. Most importantly, she learned that love had the power to heal wounds that no medicine could fix. One bright morning, Lily and Max walked to the garden, enjoying the sunlight and fresh air. Max ran lightly toward a patch of flowers, sniffing and exploring happily. Lily watched him with pride and joy. "You are amazing, Max," she said. You have come so far, and I'm so proud of you." Max barked softly, tail wagging, as if thanking her. He had faced sickness, loneliness, and fear, and he had overcome them with the help of the little girl who believed in him. That evening, Lily tucked Max into his warm bed and whispered, "Good night, Max. Tomorrow we will have another happy day." Max curled up, resting his head on the blanket. He felt safe, loved, and strong. He knew that with Lily by his side, he could face anything the world presented. Through their journey together, Max and Lily had learned important truths. Love could heal, patience could overcome fear, and trust could restore hope. Max had found not only health and strength, but also a place where he truly belonged. And Lily had learned that caring for someone in need was one of the most rewarding experiences in the world. Their bond had grown stronger with every day, and together, they were ready to face any challenge with courage and love. The days at Lily's home were filled with warmth, laughter, and love. Max had grown stronger and healthier than anyone could have imagined. His fur shone with life, his eyes sparkled with trust, and his tail wagged constantly whenever Lily entered the room. He was no longer the lonely, sick dog from the shelter. He had found a family, a home, and a best friend who loved him completely. Every morning, Max and Lily would begin their day with gentle walks in the garden. Max sniffed the flowers, explored the corners of the yard, and sometimes chased the soft flutter of butterflies. He moved confidently, no longer hesitant or weak. Lily laughed whenever he jumped slightly to catch a falling leaf, clapping her hands in delight. "You are full of life, Max," she said. "I am so happy you're mine." Lily's friends often came to visit. They were amazed at how much Max had improved. "He looks so happy and healthy," one of her friends said. "It is amazing how much love can change a life." Lily smiled. He needed someone to believe in him and care for him. "Love helped him get better," she said proudly. Max wagged his tail, as if agreeing with her. Maria, the kind woman from the shelter, also visited. She knelt beside Max, patting his head gently. "He has truly blossomed," Maria said. "You have given him a new life, Lily. He is happy, strong, and full of trust. That is the most important gift anyone could give." Lily blushed. "I just wanted him to feel safe and loved," she replied. "He is my best friend, and I am lucky to have him." As the weeks passed, Max became more confident in every part of his life. He enjoyed walking through the neighborhood, greeting friendly neighbors, and exploring new scents. He played small games with Lily in the garden, enjoying every moment of freedom and joy. Although he still required gentle care and occasional medicine, his heart was full of happiness. One afternoon, Lily had an idea. She wanted to share Max's story with others to show that even the loneliest and sickest animals could find love and a home. She asked her mother if they could invite people from the neighborhood to meet Max. Her mother agreed. Thinking it was a wonderful idea, they prepared the garden for visitors. Cushions were laid on the grass, soft blankets covered Max's bed, and small treats were ready for him. Lily decorated the area with flowers, making it bright and welcoming. When neighbors and friends arrived, Max greeted each of them gently, tail wagging and eyes shining. Lily shared Max's story with everyone. She told them about how he had been lonely, sick, and almost forgotten in the shelter. She explained how love, patience, and care had helped him recover. People listened, amazed at how much a little love could change a life. "Max is incredible," one neighbor said. "He is proof that animals just need someone to care for them." Lily smiled, feeling proud of Max. "He taught me so much too," she said. "He showed me that patience and love can help anyone, even a lonely dog, feel safe and happy." Max seemed to understand the attention he was receiving. He moved calmly among the visitors, allowing them to pet him and admire his gentle nature. Children laughed as he wagged his tail and nudged them softly, showing his friendliness and trust. Adults smiled at his transformation, inspired by the story of his recovery. After the gathering, Lily and Max sat together in the garden, enjoying the quiet afternoon. Max rested his head on her lap, and Lily stroked his fur gently. "We did it, Max," she whispered. "You are happy, healthy, and loved. You belong here, with me." Max let out a soft sigh, tail wagging slowly. He had waited a long time for someone to care for him, and now he knew he would never be alone again. He had found a family, a home, and a little girl who had given him everything he needed. As the days turned into months, Max's life continued to improve. He gained strength and energy, moving with more confidence and curiosity. He explored the garden, ran short distances, and enjoyed playful moments with Lily. He remained gentle, kind, and patient with everyone he met, showing the love he had received in return. Lily's mother noticed the bond between them every day. "You two are a team," she said. "Max trusts you completely, and you care for him with all your heart. That is a beautiful friendship." Lily smiled. "He taught me how to love and care for someone who needs help," she said softly. "I am so lucky to have him." Max had truly transformed. He was no longer the weak, sick dog who had been ignored at the shelter. He was full of life, strength, and happiness. But the most important change was not just in his body, it was in his heart. Max had learned to trust, to love, and to feel safe. He had found a home where he belonged. One bright morning, Lily and Max sat on the porch, watching the sunrise. The sky was painted with shades of pink and gold. Max rested his head on Lily's lap, enjoying the warmth and calm of the morning. Lily stroked his fur and whispered, "We have come so far, Max. You are amazing, and I am so proud of you." Max lifted his head slightly, looking into her eyes. His tail wagged slowly, full of contentment and trust. Lily knew that he understood her words. He had waited patiently for someone to believe in him, and now he was living a life full of love, happiness, and hope. The story of Max also inspired others. Neighbors and friends shared his journey with their families, teaching children about compassion, patience, and caring for animals. Lily often visited the shelter to help other dogs, sharing her time and love. She showed them that even the smallest gestures could make a big difference, just as she had done for Max. One evening, as Lily tucked Max into his warm bed, she whispered softly, "Good night, Max. Tomorrow will be another happy day." Max curled up comfortably, feeling safe, loved, and content. He knew that he had found a home where he would always belong. Lily closed the door and looked at her mother. "Max is happy now," she said. "He has everything he needs: love, care, and a family." Her mother smiled. "You have given him more than just a home," she said. "You gave him hope, trust, and happiness. That is the greatest gift anyone can give." Max slept peacefully, dreaming of gentle walks, sunny gardens, and a little girl who had never given up on him. He had waited patiently for someone to care, and now he had everything he had ever needed. Through their journey together, Max and Lily had learned important lessons. Love could heal even the deepest sadness. Patience could overcome fear and uncertainty. And kindness could transform lives in ways that nothing else could. Max had been lonely, sick, and almost forgotten. But through Lily's care, he had become strong, happy, and confident. He had found his place in the world, a place where he truly belonged. Lily had learned that caring for someone in need was one of the most rewarding experiences. She had learned that love could change a life completely, and that patience, understanding, and trust were as powerful as medicine. And so, Max's story came to a happy ending. He had found a home, a family, and a best friend who loved him unconditionally. Every day, he woke up to sunshine, laughter, and the gentle hands of Lily, the little girl who had touched his heart and saved his life. Together, They shared a bond that would last forever, a bond built on love, trust, and the knowledge that even the loneliest heart can find happiness when someone believes in it. Max had waited a long time, but he had finally found his happy ending. And Lily had discovered the joy of giving love to someone who truly needed it. They were inseparable, their hearts connected by kindness and hope, living every day in happiness, warmth, and the comfort of knowing they belonged together.